Hi, Samantha June, and I just wanted to come and share some of my knowledge and wisdom. So I started making video, and I thought someone walked in the door and thought, oh my god, I'm gonna have to stop it here. Someone can hear me talking to the camera, they're gonna think I'm weird, and cut myself short. And I was actually in flow. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the video after this video and then take off where I should have just carried on. So enjoy. Hi. So me here. Wanted to face one of my fears and speak on camera. So I don't even know if I'm gonna use this video and post it. But I just wanted to get over my fear and do it and have a go. Because I know that we're all so scared about our Instagram image and the image we put out, the false us, the illusion. As something I've been struggling with lately. So it's like, what do you share? What's acceptable to share? Will I be judged? You're gonna get judged no matter what anyway. So that's why I was like, Sam, just use this amazing platform and be real. You know, share. So as a hairdresser, every day I get talking to people, and I absolutely love talking to people. And I love listening to podcasts, and I like listening to YouTubers and audiobooks. Like, I like listening to what some people have to say. It's very interesting, and I also think I've got a lot to say as well. But then speaking your truth is very daunting. It's like, oh, I can't do that. People are gonna think she's weird here. But then I am a bit weird. So what if people think I'm a bit weird? Like, why am I bothered? I don't know. Well, it's there. So because it was there, I kind of knew I've got to do it. That's just what I've been doing lately. You know, them things that cause fear, that make you go inside. That means something needs looking at. You need to go and step outside your comfort zone and do it. And it is the most scariest thing ever. But then you do it and you're like, oh, wasn't that bad? Like, I think I've talked about 5 or 6 videos before this video, and I'm just like, judging myself, like, can't say that, or forgetting what I'm saying. But so what if I forget what I'm saying as well? Like, why are we so harsh on ourselves? Don't get it. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on and share something real for once. Like, I am a hairdresser, but I'm so much more than just a hairdresser, so I don't want to just portray that on my page. I think we've all got these amazing platforms and we're just not using them for the right reasons, and it's giving people a wrong perception of people's realities, because it's not all fun and games. Like, the struggle's real for everyone. Like, everyone's too busy looking out at what someone else is doing, wishing that they're like not feeling satisfied with their own position. But if you just took a minute and just looked at your life and just went, actually, I've got loads to be grateful for. My life's good. Like, even if your life is not, and your world is crumbling, if you've got food to eat and fresh water and a roof over your head, your life's a lot better than some. And sometimes we do have to remind ourselves, like, it's so easy to get lost when you're in it. Wow, you feel like the world is just collapsing. Like, and I know, I'm speaking from experience. I've heard my victim story very often, where I've had to catch myself and go, hang on a minute, you've got so much to be grateful for. And so does everyone. There's always at least one thing to be grateful for. And if you just stop thinking about that, the massive things that have happened to you yet, that you're like, why has this happened, or worrying about something, just think of that one thing to be grateful for, and it can calm you, or just bring yourself back to the moment. Like, we're all living in the past and the future, me included. I am a proper daydreamer. I love daydreaming. I have these little mental movies going on, and I'm like, yeah, you're on a private jet here, you're doing this there. Like, shit goes on in this head, and I know, and I have to go say to myself, Sam, what's going on right now? This needs your focus. So being more present has taught me a lot. Wow. From just not being in that mental movie and just being right where I am right now, it's been a shift in the way I view the world completely. And everyone said to me, oh, Sam's changed, oh, she's spiritual, and you know, vegan, and these labels, which on some level it's all true, but like, we're all just the same. There's no label, it's just a different way of thinking. But we all have different ways of thinking, a majority of us. It's just, I feel like I've learned this different level of awareness that exists, and I know a lot of people feel it too, because I've met a lot more like-minded people lately, and it's just this knowledge of what you're here to do, you know, not being scared of the lessons, you know, just feeling them, knowing that a sticky situation or something that doesn't feel good is just something that needs looking at. Like, it needs looking at, because we're full of these programmings, because when we're younger we're just sponges, we're just absorbing all this information. That's why we're all products of our environment. That's why, like, culturally, if you're from a certain area, you usually have certain views on religion or certain football teams or whatever it is. Like, whatever it is, you are affected from your environment. And then there's your mum and your dad and what they've got going on, and they've been the same, they've been programmed from their mum and dad. So a lot of us are just literally winging it with what we know. Like, there's no school how to live this life. Like, no one tells you like the right from the wrong. So sometimes you pick up a bit of trauma, you pick up their trauma when you're a child and you're not even aware of it, and you're carrying all these fake illusions of fear around with you. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Yeah, sorry, I'm terrible at spelling. But I've never heard this true saying. Like, so a lot of it, we're not even conscious of it. It's not even ours. Like, it's other people's fears that they've put on us. And only from coming out to Australia and being on the other side of the world on my own, after going through a breakup and losing people and people getting sick and just having a few like low moments, has come my greatest epiphanies, should you say. Yeah, so I feel like I'm really stepping into myself, and I just feel so liberated from it that I think it's important to like share this information, even though I know a lot of people are just not ready for the information, and that's okay, that's fine. Like, but there's been a big part of me that's holding myself back from sharing information, because I understand it doesn't land with a lot of people, and I am not the same person I was last year. So doing this is like a complete different identity, ego identity, and I know I'm going to be judged regardless. But then you get judged when you show your fake self, so why not just get judged and maybe inspire someone along the way or help someone along the way. If I do it to one person by doing this video, I'm happy, that's fine. Because another thing that I've learned is karma is real, like so real, that everyone that shows up in our reality is just a mirror. So when people show up in your reality and you've got traits that you don't like or that trigger you, think, what is it exactly about this person that's triggering me? Why have I created this person in my reality? Or it could be a teacher, someone coming to poke you, because pain pushes until passion pulls. So if you don't listen the first time and learn the first lesson, you'll get another thing, and it'll be a little bit more intense, and then another thing, and then another thing. So I just want to take off from where I stopped, and I shouldn't have stopped. So I was talking about the lessons. So one thing that I've definitely learned is that this is just one big game. The big game. And the lessons just keep coming and coming, and I don't think they ever stop. But you learn to, by practicing meditation and being present, and stop denying your feelings, or stop trying to suppress your feelings by drinking, smoking, gambling, relationships. You know, stop avoiding them. Learn to be on your own. That is the most powerful thing I have ever learned. And if there's any advice that I'd ever give, is just like, go sit in a room and be on your own, which is what I had to do. I felt my ego attachment. I was dating someone, and I felt my attachment like at work. I felt my mind wandering like too much, and I was like, what is this? This is bizarre. Like, and it made me stop and go, what is this? I don't like this. This doesn't feel nice. So I really did lock myself in my room for 2 days, watched Tony Robinson, listened to podcasts, read audiobooks, and I just had epiphany after epiphany after epiphany. Realised so much about my childhood. It affects us so much that I realised my victim story. Stop being a victim. Take responsibility for what's in your reality, because you created it, whether you like it or not. And that sounds like, some people are like, how, but what? Which I know it sounds crazy to some people, but whether it's from your past life karma or upbringing or programmings that you're not even aware that that's the energy that you're putting out, that it's attracting into your reality, that is the case. But from changing your perspective, because there's always another perspective. So if you're in a victim perspective, always you can try and put yourself in maybe the other people's perspective, or there's always multiple perspectives. So when you think of a situation, maybe like a breakup, there's always two sides to the story, and then there's the truth. So both people's versions of this story are completely different, because they're both emotionally affected, and the reality gets shaped and bent to suit them and what their beliefs are. So keeping that in mind, when you feel yourself being stuck into a situation emotionally, think, am I being a victim? Why have I attracted this? What is it teaching me? How can I react differently to this? And from acting differently, you actually break timelines. Like, you change tracks. Like, if you were going this way and you're so used to doing stuff that way on autopilot, by stopping, looking at the autopilot and taking control and turning, you actually shift your reality and you go in another direction. And this direction can be whatever you want it to be. So if you want to be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire. And I'm saying this and I'm not a millionaire, but watch this space. I'm gonna be a millionaire. But that's not the point of this video. The video is more me facing my fears and getting over myself, trying to help a few people along the way and inspire, because I interact with people daily and I'm so confident and fluent in giving advice and only talking from my experience. So my experience is all from my perspective, so it doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to resonate with everybody, because everyone has different perspectives and everyone has a different lens on how they view this reality, which is one thing, which is another big lesson that I've learned, is everyone's reality is different, like so different. So there was something else I wanted to say. I've took notes. Oh yeah, so then shedding. So from doing things that you're not used to doing, that make you feel uncomfortable, you are literally shedding and upgrading your DNA. Again, can sound a little bit weird, but it's so true. This spiritual journey is not always logical from the things that have happened to me. Is I'll see things or I'll hear things and I'll know things and then I'll say it and then it's there. And this is no joke. This is on like my family's lives. Like I literally have called so many things and then it's there. So logically, scientifically, I can't explain that. But one thing I always say is, before science proved it still existed, but there was no evidence. But now science is starting to really back spirituality, and there's a lot more evidence to prove a lot of things to do with frequencies and energies. So that's all it is. It's all energy, and every thought has a frequency. So from shifting your perspective and changing your thought patterns and breaking them old programmings, you will literally set yourself free. And I'm so happy to finally be sharing some of this information, because I've been on such a magical journey the past 2 years, and it started from giving up meat and realizing how the industry worked and how much information was kept from us. I thought it was completely humane. I thought it was completely healthy for me, and I'm not judging anyone that does eat meat, but that's just where my journey started, of my different way of thinking. And then I ended up just researching, well, if this is kept from us, what else is? And what I found from my personal experiences from not consuming, again, everything is energy, so something gets killed, it goes through fear. So then you're putting that fear into your body. So me, without even knowing that I was doing it, I was lighter, because I wasn't putting as much fear in my body. So I actually felt lighter. I felt floaty. And then I just started knocking down fears, just stepping out of my comfort zone, just thinking, okay, so like, let's do this a bit different, and then do it. And then again, every time I'd do it, I'd feel a bit lighter. So this fear facing is actually a little bit addictive, even though it's so daunting. I've really been pushed to do this video and speak my truth and get my voice out there. And I know once I've done it once, it's going to be so easy. And I hope to do a lesson of the week. So I would like to start sharing a lot more, because what I found is, from having my friends who we regularly share things, we regularly push each other to grow, it is so beneficial. And then I think, well, we've got these platforms, we've got these phones, we've got all these followers. why am I putting up pictures with filters where I half the time don't even look like that? Like, this is the reality, is people buy into it, which is crazy. But it's like the celebrity world and everything, it's all from, they make money from you not feeling good enough and wanting the next thing, and which is also a part of Wales which I want to be in. I want to be having them celebrity clienteles. I want to be a millionaire. I want that lifestyle as well, which I'm gonna, that's no doubt about that. Like, manifesting that shit. But what I'm saying is, you can understand it from a different perspective and see the good in it, and not buy into it, and just be okay with who you are right now and where you are, and push yourself, challenge yourself, see what happens, see what growth happens. Because for me, sharing this video is definitely a big one. And yeah, I hope you like my video. It's very amateur at the moment, but like I said, watch this space. So hopefully you can tune in again for lesson of the week, maybe, who knows.